In the world of relationships, we often find ourselves tangled up in a mix of feelings, experiences, and actions. Figuring out if someone's genuine or just playing with your emotions can be tricky, a bit like deciphering an intricate painting made up of how we interact, what we feel, and how we behave. Let's be real here. We're going to dig into 5 signs that suggest a woman might be using a man, his emotions, his empathy, or even his wallet for her own gain. We're not here to shame anyone, but to give guys the tools to spot these maneuvers, steer through them, and protect themselves. The goal? To make sure their journey towards love is all about respect, mutual giving, and overall healthiness. At number 1, he keeps things vague and non-committal. Hey gentlemen, let's talk about the whirlwind of excitement that comes with new connections. It's like riding a roller coaster of emotions. Every chat feels like magic, and each moment together is something special. But amidst all this thrill, it's important to keep an eye out for clarity and commitment in how you communicate and what you're looking for in a relationship. Imagine this scenario. Your conversations start to get serious, hinting at a potential future together. But when it's time to define the relationship or make solid plans, she turns into a pro at being vague and indecisive. Plans suddenly pop up out of nowhere, totally disregarding your schedule or preferences, and talks about feelings or the future become a cloudy mess. This roller coaster ride between closeness and uncertainty can leave you feeling like you're stuck in a fog. You start questioning yourself, your worth, and where you stand in her life. It's like a constant inner battle, trying to figure out if she's genuinely interested or just playing games with your heart and mind. So, gents, keep your eyes open and your heart guarded. If it feels like you're on a relationship roller coaster designed by someone else, maybe it's time to hop off and find a steadier ride. Ways to address and navigate through this behavior. It's important to be direct and upfront about what you need in a relationship. Have open conversations where you express your feelings and desire for clarity and commitment. Set boundaries around your time and level of involvement until you receive clear signals about where things are headed. Your emotional well-being and self-worth should always come first, and it's essential to build any relationship on a foundation of honest communication and mutual respect. Have you ever been caught up in a web of unclear promises and wishy-washy interactions? How did it affect your emotional state, and how did you handle the situation? At number 2, she regularly undermines your feelings and concerns. Hey gentlemen, as we get deeper into a relationship, it's important to take stock of how our emotions, concerns, and voices are being treated. We want our genuine feelings to be heard and respected, not brushed aside by any manipulative antics. If your worries get brushed off like crumbs on a dinner table and your feelings are treated like a joke, that's a major warning sign. It's like being caught in a gaslighting tornado. She's making you question your own feelings and reality just to keep the upper hand. Being constantly undermined can really take a toll on your self-esteem. It's like having your confidence slowly deflated, leaving you feeling like a balloon losing air. And when you're silenced by all this belittling, it's hard to be your true, emotionally expressive self. So fellas, remember to stand up for yourself and your feelings. Don't let anyone treat you like an emotional punching bag or a puppet on their strings. Strategies to safeguard emotional well-being. Having a supportive group of friends who validate and respect your feelings can be a lifesaver. When you're dealing with someone who undermines you, it's important to address it calmly, explain how it affects you, and insist on being respected. Make sure your emotional well-being doesn't depend solely on his approval. It's vital to have a strong support network outside of the relationship to lean on. Hey gentlemen, if you're enjoying the content and want more insightful discussions about relationships and personal growth, don't forget to subscribe to the Soulful Synergy channel. Join our community and stay connected for more valuable insights and engaging conversations. Your support means a lot to us. At number 3, she manipulates situations to her advantage. Hey there, let's talk about manipulation. It's like a chameleon blending into the background of vulnerability and sympathy seeking. But it's important to see through these tactics and protect yourself from getting caught in a web of deceit. She's like a master storyteller, painting herself as the perpetual victim to dodge any accountability for her mistakes. And if you dare to bring up the issue, she's quick to flip the script, pointing the finger at you faster than a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Dealing with this kind of manipulation can mess with your head. It's like trying to solve a puzzle where the pieces keep changing shape. You start doubting your own judgment, and before you know it, you're carrying around a bag of guilt that isn't even yours. So guys, keep your wits about you. Don't let anyone play you like a fiddle. Trust your gut, and don't be afraid to call out the magician when you see the trick behind the curtain. Ways to recognize and counter manipulation. Create an atmosphere where facts and honest conversations thrive. Keep track of situations that felt manipulative and talk openly about what you've noticed and how it made you feel. It's important to discuss these experiences with trusted friends or family members to gain an outside perspective and protect yourself from manipulation. This way, you can maintain clarity and confidence in your perceptions. At number 4, she expects support but does not reciprocate it. The magic of true connections is like a perfect duet full of support, understanding, and care. But it's important to notice if things start sounding more like a solo act, where you're doing all the heavy lifting. She leans on you for emotional, physical, or even financial help when she needs it. But when you're the one needing support, suddenly she's MIA, or gives you a half-hearted effort. This one-sided setup can leave you feeling drained and used, like an emotional ATM. It chips away at your self-worth and makes you wonder if the connection is genuine or just a one-way street. It's enough to make anyone feel like they've been left holding the bag of emotional groceries while everyone else has moved on to the checkout. Methods to ensure mutual support. Be upfront about what you expect in terms of mutual support and address any imbalances you see. Don't keep giving without getting anything back from her. Set boundaries to protect your emotional and physical well-being so you don't end up feeling drained or taken advantage of. If you've been in situations where you've given a lot but received little in return, think about how it made you feel. Did it make you realize something about the relationship? Did it bring up certain emotions or reflections? Please leave your comments below. At number 5, she only reaches out when it's convenient for her. When one person's convenience seems to rule the roost, it can throw off the balance that healthy relationships need to thrive. If it feels like she's always calling the shots based on her schedule and whims, it's time to hit the pause button and take stock. She's all about texting, calling, or hanging out when it suits her, without much consideration for your time or feelings. Meanwhile, when you try to reach out or make plans, you might encounter evasion or half-hearted commitments. But when he snaps his fingers, suddenly your schedule needs to bend like a yoga master. This kind of one-sided dance can leave you feeling like you're not a priority, more like a backup plan or a piece of furniture. It's enough to make anyone feel like they're auditioning for a part-time relationship. Have you ever found yourself doing acrobatics to be available at her beck and call? How did it make you feel? Like a VIP or a VIP, very ignored person? How to counteract and protect oneself? Knowing your own worth is key, my friend. Your time, feelings, and schedule are precious commodities. Not just anyone gets access to those. Set clear boundaries for when and how you're available. Don't let anyone trample all over your life, plans, or peace of mind like a bull in a china shop. It's your life after all, and you've got the right to run it like a well-oiled machine. Remember, your schedule should be as protected as Fort Knox. If someone can't respect that, they can take a number and wait in line like everyone else. Start a conversation about what you've noticed and how you feel, making sure that your opinions are acknowledged and valued. Until next time, gentlemen, stay soulfully synergized.